I was worried that I didn't know enough. I had the sense that you sort of had to know as much as you possibly could learn about a text or a topic before you could engage with it.
Nueva has taught me that leaning into that discomfort can be very powerful.
Nueva really encouraged me to kind of step out of my comfort zone. Finding that support system has helped me figure out who I am as a person.
What I've learned through my time in Nueva is how to distinguish between those two kinds of moments, the ones where I can take this as a learning opportunity and something that I want to change, and the ones where I find something that I want to stand by and that becomes the bigger part of who I am.
Something that I feel really lucky to have realized is that when I'm unapologetically myself, it's a lot easier for other people to accept me for who I am.
A major way that I've changed is just in terms of like self-advocacy and learning how to build relationships with teachers and administrators and find people who can help me do things that I want to do.
I think I'm walking out with a better understanding of how can I be better, not just for myself, but for others as well.
In Design Engineering for Social Good elective, we had been working on our Stria band, which is just like a wearable waistband for blind and visually impaired individuals. Transitioning from just the idea to a physical prototype that we could put in Jimmy's hands and watch him walk down the street with was like pretty powerful.
Like once you have one of those moments, you always have in the back of your mind, you're kind of like chasing that feeling of making someone like light up that way.
Before Nueva, I was very tense, and I think it was very hard for me to socialize. The more that I had these amazing, interesting conversations, I got really comfortable speaking to people, reaching out.
Zach and I were in Costa Rica in 10th grade, and we spent many of our free periods kind of sitting out on the porch talking about, well, how we felt, talking about our emotions.
He's been one of the largest reasons of helping me feel more comfortable being emotionally open with friends.
One of my favorite moments was on the Costa Rica trip. We would wake up at like 2 a.m. and then just in small groups walk the beach and just being awestruck at like the beauty of it. There's this just sense of like appreciation.
On the Alaska trip, flying over the mountains and seeing whales breach in glacial waters below you really hammered home to me the importance of stopping climate change.
When I was starting to think about applying to colleges, and I was talking to John, who was one of my favorite teachers, and he was like, "You should apply to MIT." And I was like, "No." And I remember him pulling up his computer and he showed me a video. It was one of those like, oh, this is like an intro to whatever class. Afterwards, I was thinking about it and I was like, oh, I like this thing and I can think that way. I was undervaluing myself.